If you guys are playing PVE and you're looking for PMCs on Lighthouse, you're either on the quest Test Drive Part 3 or Punisher Part 4. PMCs can be found on the main road, along tree lines, in ditches, all the way up until the USEC camp. After playing Lighthouse many times on PVE, I found that the PMCs that were along the road were very difficult to kill, and it's not even worth it looking for them as they can ambush you in the darkness or in the valley. So I'm going to show you where the most obvious spots are to kill these PMCs, but before I do, I want to explain that you should be playing this map at night. You have a huge advantage over the AI since they can't see you over certain distances. You'll be able to snipe them all out before entering the USEC camp or even sneak up on some enemies. I will just quickly point out that PMCs do spawn in the chalet, however it is not common that they are in there. If you hang around the area for a while, they could spawn in and then run to the location, however I wouldn't guarantee that you'll find them at the chalet. I would tend to move towards the USEC camp and the Orphanage just to guarantee you some PMCs. You will find most of the PMCs inside of the USEC camp and in the Orphanage next to the convenience store. So my PMC will be starting near the convenience store and we will be running into this building here, which I usually call the Orphanage. If you go onto the second floor and take a right, the PMCs will be stuck along this door. They will be running in place, spinning in circles, but they will not come out and engage. It seems that they only come out of this room if there are scavs in the area and they will go out and fight them. And then you will find them outside of this building, hanging around the front entrance and along the sides. Now, another place they can spawn is right in front of the main gate at the USEC camp. They can spawn right near where the rogues usually spawn, near the grenade launcher. At the start of the raid, you might hear gunshots, and that'll be the PMCs killing the rogues, or vice versa. So here's footage of me fighting PMCs in that exact area. And just to prove it, I'll show you there's a dog tag right there. Now I'm gonna move along to the next area. If you're having troubles finding PMCs and they're not at building 1, they might be on the outside along this fence here. So here's footage of me killing the PMCs along the outsides. Now these ones, because of the darkness, don't usually go and get aggroed or come and attack you. They might sit alongside that wall and never come out. The next area could be right in this spot near the sandbags. That's in the case that they did aggro scavs and they did come along this area. There were also a couple of times where I found them way on the other side of the road there near the forest, so just be aware of that location as well. So I'm going to move on to the next building. You can find PMCs right at this entrance right here. They could be inside next to the SUV, and they can also be on the other side of the building in this entrance right here. I found a number of bear PMCs right where I'm looking right here and on the other side of the wall. And now I'll show you footage of what it actually looked like when I engaged them. So these were not rogues, they were PMCs. Now the next place I'm going to go to is the third building, and they can spawn all along this wall. When they spawn in, they could run upstairs and kill the rogues that are up on the rooftop, but mainly I find them along the stairwell or even under the stairwell. If you're doing a night raid, it can be quite challenging to see them, as sometimes they're standing around in bushes, moving in circles and just looking for you. So here I am killing some bears and other PMCs around this stairwell. So just a quick summary, you can find them along the road, however that is the most dangerous place to locate them. Otherwise you can find them in the 3 buildings inside of the USEC camp, along the walls, under the stairwells, and also in the building next to the convenience store, which I call the Orphanage, on the second floor in that room. Also, while I was playing, I did run into Partizan around this area. You can see he just all of a sudden dropped all of these tripwires all around me. I was able to kill him, and then I was able to get his loot and get out. However, just beware, Partizan can ambush you in this area. Now, for those of you who want to know how to take out the rogues and get in the camp safely, one of my favorite strategies is to go up on top of the cliff that overlooks the camp. You can walk along this rock face during a night raid. The goons, PMCs, and rogues will not be able to detect you from this distance. So what you can do is look at the front gate, locate the PMCs, take them out. You can even look at the ones on the rooftop as well. Once your rooftop rogues are all down, you can make your way into the compound and then hunt your PMCs. I would not advise doing this during the daytime unless you're a pro and you've played Lighthouse a million times. It is quite difficult to know the distance that the USEC rogues will engage you at. Also, the goons can see you from so far away. It's just so much easier to go and play a night raid. That way you can run around without worrying about being sniped across the map. So I'm going to show you how to get to that sniper rock if you don't want to go the way I initially showed you. So on the map, my PMC will be starting at the bridge right here, and I will make my way over to the circled area. That is where the sniper spot is. So from the bridge, I'm going to make my way down the road here. Once I see the cat on my left, I'm going to make a quick right and I'm going to run along the rocks. Now you can run all the way up here without anyone detecting you. Once you get to the top, you will see a second dip. It's sort of like an M shape, but you're going to go on the right side of that dip because you'll be able to look around the entire area while you're in prone. So I'll show you all the mounted locations so that you can take them out one by one. There is a machine gun right here. There is a grenade launcher back in that second tower. There is a machine gun nest at the front of the building. There is another one at the back of the building. And then if you make a slight turn, you'll be able to see a grenade launcher nest right at the corner of the building right there. And then there is another one sort of right in the back there. You might be able to find some PMCs, but sometimes they aren't actually standing around there. And the final location is on this building edge right here. Now, I normally leave the final rooftop open because that's where PMCs often spawn and I can hear them battling scavs or battling rogues. So what I like to do is once I've cleared all of these areas, I'll run down to the next building and just clear it by myself. They cannot hit you from this area, so it's very safe to just run down and then go and enter the camp. That's all I have for you guys today. If you found this guide helpful and you were able to locate your PMCs by using my guide, please leave a like and subscribe as I create Escape from Tarkov task guide videos. I'll see you in the next one.